Hi everyone, let's cover vascular anatomy of brain and neck in 10 minutes. Let's go. So this is the aortic arch. I've already drawn this for you to make it more convenient. The aortic arch we all know divides into, it gives a branch, brachiocephalic trunk. The brachiocephalic trunk on the right side gives rise or divides into the right subclavian, which goes into the right upper limb, and the right common carotid, which then gives the external carotid and the internal carotid. On the left, there is no brachiocephalic trunk. There is the left common carotid artery, which will divide into the external carotid and the internal carotid. And then there is the left subclavian. The common carotid gives the brain supply, the vascular supply to the brain, and the subclavian is going to give supply to the upper limb and the chest and the trunk. So let's talk about the branches of the external carotid artery. Now, to remember the branches of external carotid artery, there are a total of 8 branches. I made a mnemonic for you. Let me tell you the mnemonic. It's a very easy one. So the mnemonic is LFT. We all know LFT, liver function test. So LFT, and then we have APOPA, and then I am a student. Right? LFT, APPA, I am a student. Very easy to remember. Now let me tell you the full forms. L is for the lingual branch. So the lingual artery. The lingual artery will supply the tongue. F is for the facial artery, supplying the face. T is for thyroid, and we know it is the superior thyroid artery. The superior thyroid artery. AP is for ascending pharyngeal, because the external carotid also has to give some blood to the pharynx also. So along with the thyroid, it gives an ascending pharyngeal branch. And then there is PA and O. Now these are the two branches that are going behind the ear. So occipital and posterior auricular. Auricle means ear. So going behind the ear, we can remember it like that. So occipital, we already know the occiput means the back of the neck. So occipital artery and the posterior auricular artery. Posterior auricular artery. Now the question that is mostly asked in NEET PG exams, what are the two terminal branches of the ECA or external carotid? And the two terminal branches are internal maxillary and superficial temporal artery. So remember this: internal maxillary artery, internal maxillary artery, and the superficial temporal artery. Now these are the arteries that are the terminal branches. These are the two terminal branches of the ECA. Terminal branches of the ECA. Okay, so now let's start and discuss about the vessels that are going inside the brain. So we know that the subclavian artery on both the sides gives rise to vertebral artery, that is the posterior circulation of the brain. Let's start from there. So this is the right vertebral artery and this is the left vertebral artery. Draw it with me. Now the vertebral artery is giving rise to the anterior spinal arteries on both the sides. The two anterior spinal arteries join together and goes down anteriorly into the spinal cord. So an anterior spinal cord ischemia is because of the anterior spinal artery thrombosis, and these are the branches of the vertebral artery. Vertebral artery also gives rise to the posterior spinal artery. So this is the anterior spinal artery, and it also gives rise to the posterior spinal artery. Now the posterior spinal arteries don't join, so our spinal cord is having one anterior spinal artery and two posterior spinal arteries at each level. The vertebral artery also gives rise to a branch which is known as, very well known as, posterior inferior cerebellar artery. So this is the posterior inferior cerebellar artery, vertebral artery and the posterior inferior cerebellar artery. We know that the vertebral artery join each other and form a basilar trunk. The basilar trunk is crossing over the pons. Pons is a bridge between the midbrain and the medulla, crossing over the pons, and here the basilar artery also gives out two branches. One is the AICA. So if there is a posterior inferior cerebellar artery, there has to be an anterior inferior cerebellar artery also. So this is the AICA. This is the anterior inferior cerebellar artery. Similarly, this is the posterior inferior cerebellar artery. I hope you have noted this down. The branch over here is the SCA. Now this is superior cerebellar artery. Superior cerebellar artery. Cerebellar. So superior cerebellar artery. You can remember it like this. So there is an inferior cerebellum. The inferior cerebellum is supplied anteriorly by the AICA, posteriorly by the PICA. If there is an inferior cerebellar artery, there has to be a superior cerebellar artery, but it is a single artery on both the sides. It is not divided into anterior and posterior. So we remember it as SCA, AICA, PICA. Now we know that PICA is a branch of the vertebral artery. The point to note is that AICA and SCA are branches of the basilar artery. And the basilar artery, as we all very well know, divides into the posterior cerebral artery. Posterior cerebral artery. So these are the two PCAs, posterior cerebral artery, posterior cerebral artery, okay, not cerebellar. So this is the posterior cerebral artery. So PCAs. Now, if there is a posterior cerebral artery, we know the ICA divides into a middle cerebral artery and an anterior cerebral artery. So if this is the ICA trunk, it will give rise to an ACA, that is the anterior. This is the ACA, anterior cerebral artery. This is our ACA on both the sides. Let me draw it on both the sides for you. Right, so this is the ICA and this is the ACA. Before dividing into ACA and MCA, the ICA also gives rise to, there is a mnemonic for this, and the mnemonic is, let me draw this. The mnemonic is OPA. The mnemonic is OPA. Now, what is this OPA? OPA stands for, this is the ophthalmic artery. Ophthalmic artery. Ophthalmic artery is a branch of ICA. Another question for you. Ophthalmic artery is a branch of ICA. P stands for PCOM. Posterior communicating artery. Posterior communicating artery. As the name suggests, it is communicating with something. What is it communicating with? The PCOM is joining the ICA with the PCA. It is the connection. It is the connection between the anterior circulation and the posterior circulation of the brain, the PCOM artery, and the A stands for anterior choroidal artery. Anterior choroidal artery. It goes into the anterior perforated substance, but what you need to know is OPA, that ophthalmic artery, anterior choroidal artery, and PCOM are branches of ICA, and then the ICA divides into its two terminal branches, which are the ACA, and this goes the MCA. The MCA is going to supply the major portion of the cerebral hemisphere, and the ACA is going to supply the anterior part. We will talk about the lobes, their anatomy in another lecture. For now, try to remember the names of the branches and where are the branches coming from, which is really important. So when we talk about these arteries, what are the syndromes that we need to remember about? What are the syndromes that we need to remember about? So the questions that come in exam. Number one, anterior spinal cord ischemia is happening because of which arterial occlusion? So the answer will be anterior spinal artery. I'll mark it here. The answer will be anterior spinal artery. If this is not in the option, the answer is going to be the vertebral artery. Correct? So look at the options. You should know that anterior spinal artery and posterior spinal arteries are branches of the vertebral artery and going into the spinal cord. Secondly, the PICA. Now the PICA is giving rise to Wallenberg syndrome, which was lateral medullary syndrome. So Wallenberg syndrome, which was our lateral medullary syndrome. The AICA gives rise to the, what is the AICA giving rise to? The AICA is also giving rise to the labyrinthine artery. So if there is a patient with sudden onset hearing loss and symptoms like stroke, the answer will be AICA occlusion or AICA thrombosis, and that can be asked in your AIMS PG or INI-CET exam. So remember that. And AICA is a branch of basilar artery. Another question, AICA is a branch of basilar artery, PICA is a branch of vertebral artery. PICA leads to Wallenberg syndrome. Now vertebral artery gives other branches to the medial medulla, and that's why the medial medullary syndrome is because of occlusion of the vertebral artery. And the medial medullary syndrome, another name for medial medullary syndrome is Dejerine syndrome. We discussed about this in the previous chapter. So there you go. Then another question that comes in your INI-CET exam is, what is a fetal PCA? What happens with a fetal PCA? They'll give you 4 options. They'll ask you which option is correct or which option is wrong. So you need to know the basis behind the fetal PCA. You'll be able to answer your question. Fetal PCA only means that this portion, the portion of PCA, when it originates from the basilar artery and the portion till it meets with the PCOM, if this portion is not able to develop or form, now what will happen? The PCA continues beyond this, right? PCOM comes in, the PCA continues, it supplies the occipital part of the brain, it supplies the posterior cerebral hemisphere, as we know. So when this part is not there, the posterior cerebral hemisphere is not getting its supply from the posterior circulation, but the blood supply is coming through the posterior communicating artery and going here into the posterior cerebral hemisphere. So the anterior circulation is supplying the posterior cerebral hemisphere. So what we need to remember is, in fetal PCA, whenever there is a fetal PCA, this portion is not there and the posterior circulation of the brain is not supplying the posterior cerebral hemisphere. So if there is a clot in the MCA, it can also lead to occipital lobe involvement, because now if there is a fetal PCA, the anterior circulation is actually supplying the posterior cerebral hemispheres. So these are your questions. And another question will be, ophthalmic artery is a branch of which artery? And the answer is ICA. It is not ACA. Usually people answer ACA. Ophthalmic artery is a branch of ICA. Please remember this mnemonic: OPA. Ophthalmic, PCOM and anterior choroidal. OPA are branches of the ICA. OPA are branches of the ICA. So here you go. Please take a screenshot and remember this. It contains at least 4-5 questions of your upcoming NEET PG or AIMS INI-CET exam. Remember this page. Thank you. Done?